So for the first time in Icelandic basketball history, you were part of a trade. What was the whole process with that, with the trade? Like, how did that come about?
Well, obviously at first I had no idea what was gonna happen, right? So it definitely came as a surprise. My agent called me at first, or first he texted me, just asking like how everything's going, blah, blah, blah. I had no idea what's going on. I just thought everything was good, right? Then like an hour later, he called me. He was like, hey, I guess you've been traded. You know, I've never seen this happen in, you know, European basketball, blah, blah, blah. So obviously it came up as a surprise right away, and I was like, damn, what the hell? But then I talked to the management of Haukar. I talked to, you know, the coach, all that stuff. Kind of, you know, was trying to take it in, all that stuff, right? And I thought it was a really good thing, even though it felt weird at first. And you know, got straight to, you know, practice here the next day.
Right.
Basically straight to a game a couple of days later, and you know, everything else is history. But at first it was obviously very weird, but looking back at it, I think it was the best thing that could have happened.
Yeah, I can only imagine what it was like, because again, this has never happened before in Iceland. Right. And I honestly don't even know if this has ever happened in Europe. I mean, some countries this might have happened, but for the first time for this to happen has to just like be mind-boggling. But going to have something like that happen, I also know that you have two Finnish friends here. One plays for Stockholm and another your other teammate.
Yeah,
What is it like to play in a first time in another country and you have some friends or some familiar faces to be there with you? Because a lot of people think they want to play overseas, but they don't understand that it's very lonely. But for example, for you, you have two familiar faces that you know.
Right.
What is that like to have two people that you know here on your first year ever playing professional basketball?
It definitely helps a lot, you know. Coming from Finland, having a couple guys in this country, it definitely helps, like I said. But I didn't know Osku that well before we got here. Like obviously we talked a little bit and all that stuff, but I didn't know him well. But we got really close throughout the year. So that's also why the trade was a little hard in a way too, because we were really close. We were good friends, so it came off as a surprise. But no, like I said, it definitely helps having familiar faces and, you know, knowing some of the people you're gonna play with or play against. And I also have a lot of friends from back home who play professionally in different leagues, so I kind of had an idea what it was gonna look like. But like I said, it definitely helps.
Yeah. So, but my final question is, this is your first year, and you have friends that play, as you said. What's the difference between college basketball in America and your first time professional here in Iceland?
That's a good question. I think college basketball is definitely a little more competitive in a way, because there you have a system with 13 guys who really, really want to play, right? And you're going at it every day. You know, I think it's a little more intense. But I think the biggest difference is in just the playing style, I feel like. Here, when you have players who play professionally for many years, right? You have a lot of experience. It's definitely just it's a totally different game.
Right.
So I think the experience part, you can kind of tell in games when some professionals have a lot of, you know, experience in different leagues and all that stuff, and some people don't. And in college, you know, everyone really plays within the system and maybe not based off, you know, the experience they have in basketball. So that's the biggest difference in my opinion.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you stopping by and having a quick chat with Seth.
Hell yeah.